Welcome to this series where we are playing the War and Industry update for Reforged. This was released in September 2023. In the last part, we were working on taking the unfinished escape rocket apart. I've been doing a little bit more work off camera. You can see I've started gutting out these nacelles, which have had lots and lots of power cells stacked up inside them. The other thing I've also done is I've effectively removed all the interior containers, and what I've got now is a selection which I've got piled down in this area here. Whoops, no, just cancel that. Just piled over here. Ignore the blocks at the moment. I'll talk about those in a little while. So I've now gathered all key resources into this area. Now I did get a comment about why am I actually doing this, and the reason I'm doing this is that one, that the CV is pretty was pretty overloaded, and two, I want to rebuild this ship. So I don't want to take the risk of suddenly losing the contents of the containers inside this ship. So that's the reason why I wanted to put all the resources into this box here. Plus, it gives me a little bit more flexibility, and so that is something we're going to need to work on. I think I've got everything else out here. The other thing I have done, I don't know if we'll be able to get round the back here, is I've started taking out all the power cells in here. I think I've done one side at the moment, so that's a bit there. And I suppose the next thing is a big thank you as usual for your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about, your questions, and sometimes when you ask me a question, you make me think about the game and about what I'm actually doing, and that's quite an interesting concept. And I did get a comment about extending the Wi-Fi and the fact that it's possible to daisy chain the Wi-Fi's out over quite a long period. I must admit, I'm really intrigued by that. Now, I'm not going to do it here because we're not going to be here long enough, hopefully. So what are we going to be doing in this part? Well, in this part, I want to make a start on building the capital vessel. And probably the best way to explain it is if I come round here, I want to work on the front of the ship here. Now this has got a very nice glazed front end, but to be honest, based on what I've seen with Spange, it's not exactly probably the best position to have. So what I'm going to want to do is turn all this into like an armored front with combat steel and Xeno steel blocks, and we're going to move the cockpit back and into the interior, because eventually, if I can get this finished, we got a bit of damage there. Repair that. Eventually, what I'd like to have is two cockpit positions. One which you could call is a front one for general flying, and then maybe a reserve one further back. I think this is going to be the future of building large CVs in Reforged Eden. They're going to have to take some knocks because space is getting dangerous. So I think some kind of designs where you've got something that looks aesthetically very nice, which is really great, because I really like the shape of the nose of this ship, but it's just too vulnerable to get out and about. And that now leads into why I've actually got a row of blocks here, because I want to explain about how I'm going to be building in a general sense. Now, the first thing I want to do is start with CPU stats, because unlike vanilla, in Reforged Eden, blocks don't count towards CPU. It's only your components that count towards CPU, but of course they require a lot more than, but of course, like here, you see we've got 18 large RCSs, and that takes up 360,000 kind of CPU points. RCSs are very expensive. Unlike vanilla, you've got to be a bit more selective about what blocks you build and when. They've also got different statistics as well. So if I kind of start by just looking at them, if I kind of go to retrieve block, what you'll see is we've got a carbon composite block here. You can see this has got 120 hit points. I mean, basically, it's a bit of a snowflake, but it's good for saving weight on the interior of the ship, where if you're in a combat situation, if the enemy's got that far into the ship, you're probably dead in the water anyway. So you can use the carbon composites to make your ship lighter, The next one is steel blocks. You can see this has got 750 hit points. Then next one up is the hardened steel blocks. This is 1600 hit points. Then you've got combat steel, which is 3500 hit points. Then at the top here, you've got the Xeno steel blocks, which has got 3750 hit points. So you can really see how these scale up. Now, on the surface, you'd think, well, probably the best blocks to use are actually the Xeno blocks. Now, there's a little bit of a subtlety in the way that the blocks are actually built. So if I kind of go into here now and show you the actual blocks we've got in here, and I'll start again with carbon composite, is that you can actually see it's got a warning on here that says it's caution fragile material, but quite interesting, it's got a 30% blast resistance. Now, blast resistance is a stat which relates to blast impacts, i.e. missiles. It doesn't provide any bonuses to, I think, projectile weapons and laser weapons. Next one up is the steel block. You can see the hit points now, and you can see, so coming up here, you see the steel block. You can see this has got a 5% blast resistance. The hardened steel has got 10% blast resistance. The combat steel's got plus 20% blast resistance, and then the Xeno drops back down again to plus 10% blast resistance. That means that the actual difference between the combat steel and the Xeno steel is pretty relative in the way that you actually want to use them, because truthfully, what you're looking at is moving towards having a layered construction, because probably on your outer skin, which is going to take the initial impacts, you probably want to use the combat steel, because that's, although it's got less hit points than the Xeno steel, it's got that extra blast resistance, which will make the difference. And of course, another downside of the Xeno steel is that you've got restricted textures. So you're probably better off using combat steel blocks on the outside and then Xeno steel blocks on the inside. There's another advantage with that, is that if you haven't got a lot of combat steel blocks, what you can do is use hardened steel blocks on the outside and then Xeno steel blocks on the inner layer, which means the texture won't be particularly that relevant. And then, of course, what you can do is upgrade the hardened steel block to a combat steel block. So there's an upgrade path there as well. Now, the other reason why you'd probably want to use Xeno steel blocks is the difference in weight, because if you can see here that the weight of a combat steel blocks is 3.8 tons, and then you can see the weight of a Xeno steel block is 2.8 tons. And if you're building quite a strong area, that does make a big difference, because of course in Reforged Eden, your thrusters are weaker than they are in vanilla. If you get really overboard, you're going to then be adding more thrusters to be able to get the ship to move, or the ship will just be incredibly sluggish. Now, the reason I've gone to the lengths to explain those blocks, because what I want to do is, if we go into the capital vessel through the hatchway, because I can't think of any other way to get into the ship, what we got up here is a cockpit, and I like the shape of the cockpit, but we're not going to keep the glass. So what I'm going to be doing is building the outer rim with hardened steel blocks to begin with, and then we'll upgrade them to combat steel, because there's no combat steel in the unfinished escape rocket, but the core is going to be Xeno steel blocks. And then what I want to do is bring this deck back a bit, so we're going to have to move the repair station and the food processor, so that we've actually got the cockpit will be back about roughly in this position, and then everything forward will be hardened blocks. So we'll probably have to take out some of these containers as well. So the idea is to make the front of the ship solid with strong blocks, so that in a combat situation we can take the impact on the front for a certain amount of time. And the other thing I want to do is move this back to probably about here, because the overall layout of the ship is, this is going to be what you could call the crew area. Then we're going to have passages going through possibly to a farm and a hangar bay, although there's part of me that says I wouldn't mind a central hangar bay, but I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. And then, so what I'm looking at is come back here to a certain degree, and then have a cockpit, probably about here. And then the bit we got there, which is the escape hatch, we're going to bring up to about here. So, and then we'll move this back so that we can get the cockpit in. In fact, what we could do is get rid of this shutter and have a lift so you can go down into there and up to there. That might be an option. So that is what I want to do. One thing I might do is this scanner is embed the scanner probably in about here, so that it's kind of at the front of the ship. So that would, because normally when you scan, you always scan forward anyway. Anyway, so that's what we got to accomplish. Now the next step is that we've got to jump into here. Well, I think we're going to need some oxygen. Let's just jump onto the ship and go and fill up the oxygen. So what I want to do to begin with is go and find some Xeno steel blocks. Now I know there are some Xeno steel blocks on this planet. It's just that they're in a specific POI, which at the moment I can't quite remember what it's called, but I will recognize it when I can see it. Let's just keep eating the steaks, I think, for the moment. Let's save the good food to something else. Just check the oxygen. Silver shade. Main storage. Just drop some of those in there. So we're just going to jump in the ship. Thrusters on. We've got half lights on. And we're going to follow the lights so that we can actually see what we're doing. And we're going to, because we've got a whole area here, so, which we haven't explored, so we're going to go slightly northwest, ping out. There's the exploration shuttle. We've got heat signature over there. What's that there? That is a furnace. Let me just check to confirm that. That's a furnace, because I want to bring a furnace in, because what I've done, I mean, I've got to show it to you, but yeah, I think pretty sure this is a furnace. In fact, we could possibly take this base over. It's not that far away, is it? We're going to have to destroy the core. Yeah, we could use this as an in-situ base, actually. Yeah, I think that could be an option. We're just going to have to try and find the core. But I don't want to get distracted by that. I didn't realise there was one so close. That would be very, very useful. Probably find the core as in this kind of outstation bit there. Because what I've done off camera when I was sorting out all the containers on the unfinished escape rocket, I gathered up all the what we call it. I gathered up all the scrap metal, and what I want to do before we leave is I want to kind of boil that down to something. So we're just going to go here. This is actually a mining compound. There is a big pile of stuff in here, these loot boxes, and the core is actually in this part here, but we'd probably have to blow our way through the door. Again, I don't want to be too distracted by that at the moment, because it's so close to where we actually are located, so I can come out here and actually find it. And I do need to find West POI with the Xeno blocks in, because that's the kind of stumbling block that I've got. So I'm just gonna come here. Whoops. Exploration mining shuttle. I think we'll go north, because we've got daylight at the moment. So just going to go up north, and what's that there? not really seeing anything in this direction, but of course with this planet, the fact that nothing shows up on the scan doesn't mean there's nothing up here, because I've got a feeling that the base I'm looking for doesn't show up on the scan, so we're gonna have to do a visual search. Just so it's going to be a little bit hit and miss. No. Just got an internal error, which is not good. See what I mean is that if I should scan here, see this, whatever this is, it's not showing. Let's just put down and see. I think this is a farm. Seem to have got stuck. Now I got hooked on something there. Getting a bit closer. Get down. Getting closer. Just have a quick look inside here. Oh, we'll certainly take that. You can see here we've got some more grow plots. I think they are the steel ones as well. We can use them. I don't really want to pick up. I'm trying to avoid picking up too much loot at the moment. I'm trying to avoid trying to pick up too much loot at the moment, because when we do find the Xeno steel blocks, they will fill the ship up relatively quickly, especially this small SV. So that's not what I'm looking for. We got to the edge, so we're now going to fly west a little way, and then what we'll do is another dogleg going south. Right, we've got a town here. I think what we will do is spend a little bit of time looting this, because we should get some fairly light loot from this. So we're just going to come here, and what we'll do is we'll kind of nudge in here, because there's some loot on the top here. Well, we've got some pistol rounds. Sniper upgrade kit. Got bandages, we'll take those. And we can just jump over, find some more med kit. And this is an S22 laser pistol. Not brilliant, but probably worth keeping. A couple of gold coins. And multi-charge. Again, if you were starting on the dead planet, being able to get access to this, because you won't get it any other way. I don't really want to go down there, because I won't be able to get back up to get to my ship. So we kind of picked over this area here. Of course, what we can do now is drop down the base, and we'll just come in here. And have a little bit of a wander around, see what we can find. To say, the top and the bottom are the places. We got a can of beans. Milk. Not. We got what's left of a seating area. And just jump up to that area. Loot box there. Like that. a the loot boxes. We got some cells over here as well. Not bad. So it's certainly worth checking these out. These are generators. Now I want to resist the urge to loot too much. I'm not sure. Oh, we've got a table in that corner there. We've got some. This is biological specimen. I think that's about it. Just get back to the ship. Of course, we got some more of the trees here as well. Just put this in the container controller. This doesn't perish, but the milk and the does. So put that in raw food. Jump back in the ship. Thrusters on. Now, what I'm going to do is check out this one. Because it says Standard discovers new PR ruined Elysium Tower. I don't actually recall ever visiting that. This. So take a quick look. It's made of concrete blocks, which is a bit not really great, but we got a whole pile of fridges here. More food. Again, this is very much your survival if you're starting on a dead planet, because there's no crops on this planet, so you either live on emergency rations or you find places like this. Eat the trumpet greens. I don't think we'd get indigestion, but famous last words. And of course, you can also see we're getting the ingredients like confetti moss scrapings, which gives you a way to survive. Wow, we've got even more over here. This is worth visiting just to get this stuff. Some alien thorn. And we got a little bit of biofuel. And that's all. No, wow, we've got even more. Huh. Just admit, I knew there was some fridges in these buildings. I didn't know there were as many as this. But then again, I've never visited this part of POI, so we got fire moss scrapings as well. I'm a bit low on those, so this is a very good find. Okay, there's no. You just see if what's on the next floor down. Not seeing anything on these floors, so you'd have to do a lot of jumping up and down. So the ground floor looks very similar to. So it looks almost like this is the equivalent to the one we did before, with the extra story left on. So we're just gonna go down to the ground floor. Oops. Seems I managed to find the hole. It's actually got a door on it, so can we get inside of here? Yeah, we knocked out here, so I think someone kicked the door in. Certainly visit those. Got an energy drink. Not exactly high up. Some beer and some milk. Anything else around? Just a quick look. Obviously all the bridges and stuff were higher up. Okay. And, then of course what we got here is the big block. What we'll do is we'll land next to this one and give this one the once over if we can find a way. The way in's just there. I don't know what the internal stairs are going to be like on this, so I'm not exactly sure why I'm walking around with the multi-tool enabled. Again, the ground floor here looks exactly the same as before. Some water. See if we can climb up the center here. The next floor. But the staircase is a little bit more kind of put together. This gets us up to this floor. Container controller. Doubt if we'll be able to get the oxygen out. No, we'd have to destroy the core. Hydrogen. Fire. A little bit of oxygen there. Oh yeah, certainly take that. Power cells. Not allowed. Not that we need it. See what's in this corner. Let's just... Right, again, we got a couple of constructors up here. Take that. Take that. Got a couple of CPU extenders here as well. Could be pretty useful. Take that. Scrap you can keep. I can't afford to carry the scrap. I don't know if you guys actually noticed the size on that. Go back to... See, that's actually oversized for this box. That's 12,000. So that would fill up a single cargo box. So the scrap itself is not that much useful. Only take the energy matrices. Stadium plates we're definitely going to need to be able to upgrade hardened steel blocks to combat steel. See, this metal scrap's a bit better because it's not so heavy, but the other ones are really heavy. So I'll just keep going up. And what have we got up here? Not seeing anything in this area. I mean, there's some good loot here if you destroy the core. No, nothing really on this floor. Where you guys turn around and say, you missed it. And again, we've got piles of fridges. So we're gonna get around. Food. It'd be nice to be able to make some varieties of food. So like getting the spices and different things and veggies and stuff will make a difference. So keep picking taking this stuff off. Okay, we've filled up that fridge. In fact, what I'm going to do is, it's probably this that's filled up the fridge, so we'll just put that in the container controller. It doesn't really, you don't need to refrigerate that stuff, so put that in there, put that in there. That can just go in there as biospecimens don't rot, nor does that. And that does, well, we can eat that, store that there, just make sure that it doesn't rot. Did we do these? Yeah, we've done these, so it's just this little group here. That does rot, so we'll have to put that in the fridge. I think we can get away with just dumping that in. Okay, we'll just eat the trumpet greens. Must admit, I've never found any other use for trumpet greens beyond eating them. And I think that's about it. And wow, we've actually got some grow plots up here as well. And a grow light in a very own. Oh no, kind of got. Now that is a very interesting setup. I've never ever considered doing that. So you can have a collection of grow plots with a block in the center. So you could get 9 grow plots, put a grow lamp there, which would shine up that way, because it's got to be 2 blocks apart, and then 9 blocks above it. So you could have like a kind of a hydroponics farm with grow plots facing towards each other. Although it would be quite interesting when the plants actually grow up, because they'd probably all mix together. Anything else over here? No. Actually, there's a couple of fridges just... Did I do these? No, I didn't. Must have missed these. Chuck this stuff into... more food with bare onwards. Herbal leaves, a little bit low on herbal leaves, but they're quite welcome as well. And a few more scrapings. Yeah, I didn't realise there was some behind, so right. Well, I think just to finish off, just keep going up. And what we got here is the top level of loot. Data controller, we got a submachine gun and some coins. Got taking a break poster. Always wanted a poster. And there's the core. Tucked in that corner there. I think just for the fun of it, we're destroy the core. Because it means I can then just do this. Just salvage that out so we can walk round. Got there as a multi-boost. Shotgun. Another charge. Another submachine gun. And shotgun. Great kit. Okay, what we got in here? We've got some bandages. We'll certainly take the bandages. We'll take that. Toilets, showers, and we're still going up. We've got another layout, multi-tool. MG, another multi-charge. Another multi-boost, which we could sell eventually. Crystal rounds. Okay. EVA boost. Again, this would be finding an EVA boost here, if you were just starting out, would be a major find, because if you're going to plan on going up into space, you wouldn't, it's possible you wouldn't find the resources to actually build an EVA boost. So here, food pack, night vision goggles. Must admit, I'm quite surprised actually, because I never really thought there was much in these buildings. They've either been upgraded or changed, or I just never noticed. So I think we've now gone all the way around, just to double check. Yep. And we got up another level. Oops. Okay, we're going to go up another level. Be a bit careful because we're running out of oxygen. Oh yeah, certainly want the med kit. More coins. Laser pistol charge. There's a rifle upgrade kit. Submachine gun. Another laser pistol. And got here jetpack booster. Again, another inventory full. Hey, what's up? My inventory. Okay, we're gonna have to offload into there. Just pick that up. What we call it, pill. Can't remember what it is then. SMG, don't want it in there, we want it in there. This rate, I'm going to have to go back to the SV and upload all this lot. I get you. Yep. And just, oops, I thought a brief moment we were going to fall over the edge there. I've rested another poster. And in here, so I think we've gone round all of them, just make sure. Yep. And we've got another floor to go up. And we've reached the top of the building, I think. Yep. And we've got some there. I think we're just going to launch ourselves off the top. Fall down. Hit the jetpack. And we need to get back to the ship. Just recharge our oxygen. Back in the ship. And when you bear in mind all we've done is what, 3 of these buildings. Not a bad haul actually. We don't want to go north because we're going over the pole. So We'll head for the mining shuttle and then head south again. Okay, welcome back. I've just found a tower that's just leveled off as I landed. I'm not sure what this is. This is a fuel depot. I think I'm going to dig it out. Hopefully I've got my drill with me. If I haven't, it's going to be embarrassing. I'll just get that there, shove that into there, because we probably won't ever come back up this way again. So gonna get in here and get underneath. So it's going to be worth taking this out. There we go. Just double check the block. Got 3,748 fuel. Oops. Take the fuel cells out for the loot. Inventory full. Okay. Probably going to be enough. That's given us a little bit more fuel, but the ship is getting a bit heavy. So we're just going to go off again and keep looking. Okay guys, welcome back. I found what I'm looking for. It hasn't shown up on radar. I'll just show you. We haven't even got the name for it, but this is what I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me just get in close. Turn the thrusters off. We are gonna need to core this. So I think it's the well, I think it's called the abandoned biological lab or something, or abandoned lab. Now, oh, we can't get in the doors. Okay, a bit unfortunate. There's some fridges and stuff inside, so I don't really want to destroy the core. Just so we can find a way in. The actual core is located in this building here, but I don't want to destroy it just yet. There's got to be a way in. I think there's a way in through the roof. Oh yeah, one way in. Just put the light on because it's dark. Got here, some all meds. Got that there. Pistol rounds. Laser pistol rounds actually. What we got here? Some raw food. Some alien thorns. More whatever they are. You got some oxygen. Need a little bit of that and soup. Hydrogen. We can make some advanced power cells. But all the doors are locked. Okay, we can't. Done those, haven't we? We done those? Nope. There's a sprouts. Okay, we've got more food. Eat the cereal. Yes, it is about breakfast time at the moment. Can't get through that door. Can't get through that door. Okay. Yeah, we got another hole here. We've got to go in through the roof, which is a bit different. Now you can keep your hover bike. 2 hover bikes. Got some ribs. We'll eat the ribs as well, just to get healthy. Oh, this has actually got a front door. I get a feeling that we're not getting access to all the rooms, because what we should be doing, it's okay. What have we got here? We've been in here. Yeah, this is the same place. Okay. Right, I think, well, I'm gonna have to destroy the core anyway, so let's just go over here. And there's kind of 2 ways you can destroy the core. You can shoot there, but because now we got crouch, we can just come in here like that. Use the, got loads of sniper rounds because I've been using it recently. We can steal the fuel, 289 fuel. We can also take out the oxygen, salvage that. Oxygen, we got 1089, 1089. Can just, oh, don't do that. Get rid of you. Right, what we're looking for is a corridor. That's the shower lock. There's a secret room in here. That's what I'm looking for. The alternative is that we just blast our way through the wall. I think it's in the far corner. Is it? It might be behind here. Okay, I think we just got into another room. Oh, or did I just miss it? There is trapdoor, multiple use. Come into here. Meds. We got there in the end. It's to make sure we are connected. And this is where the Xeno blocks are. So we're just gonna caught it. Oops. That's okay. Like I said, I'm going to use the Xeno blocks as an internal core. So these up. How am I doing for space? It's going to be very heavy though. So these up. Out this way. So I've now got 34 Xeno steel blocks. We've got 21 Xeno material, which I think can make another 2 blocks. So what we're going to need to do now is just get back to the ship. Now the problem is going to be is the weight of the ship. Yep. Aha. We are going to be very, very heavy with those Xeno blocks. I think we're to set a temporary. Why is actually just remove you? It's gonna redo. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fly back towards the unfinished escape rocket, and I'll see you once I get back there. A couple of heat signatures here. I think one of them's in the middle of a lake, so I would guess that that might be a crashed ship. So we're going to go and take a look at this one. That's another Sanctum sidetracker, whatever that is. It's another heat signature just here. What's this? We've got another ruined base camp. Okay, welcome back. It's a bit ironic that there's another building that I was looking for 600 meters from the unfinished escape rocket. So if I'd gone east instead of west, I would have found that within a couple of minutes instead of going all the way around the planet. But that's okay, because it means I know I've got another source of Xeno blocks should I need them. So just going to get back to the... You can see how heavy the ship is. I need to fly to get lift. So just gonna there. I just docked in my own ship. So here we are. We're back at the base, and I was thinking on the way back that I don't really have enough time on this video to start rebuilding the front, which is what I intended to do. So let's just have a bit of a recap of what we got. We picked up a lot of stuff. What we can do is unfinished escape rocket. We'll just put those blocks into there. And then what I'll do is I'll sort through a lot of this stuff off camera. See what we got. Main storage. So we got 10 dual fuel cells on Prometheum. Got a whole pile of those. Probably could do with refueling the ship as well, putting some oxygen in as well. Just use these up. So container controller. So that wasn't particularly that bad a haul, actually, come to think of it. If you look at it from that perspective, what we can do is shove this into input the moment. So we'll put these in the SV. Let's drop that in there, that in there. I was about to say put the posters up, but we don't really need to do that. Put that in there. Don't really need the cement. Put the Xeno metal in, so that will give us a bit more chance. I think it takes 12 to make a block, and then that the oxygen can go in main storage as well. That can go in main storage. Probably put that in main storage as well. The rest can go in weapons, I think, for the moment, because it's kind of like a trading area there. I think not supplies is, I think it's general trade is where I'm putting the plants at the moment. And then all we got to do is put the food and meds in there. And you can go in raw food. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will definitely start the process of rebuilding the CV, starting from the front, working backwards. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.